topic parts of speech, which has played a very important role in learning grammar. Because grammar is based on parts of speech, today in this function we are going to introduce parts of speech and we are trying to explain this with our team. Ms. Nahid going to explain you now. Mr. Siemens going to explain you pronoun and adjective. Verb and adverb are taken by myself. Mr. Rohit is going to explain you conjunction and preposition. And the last topic, but not least, is going to explain by Mr. Atul. So parts of speech. Today we are starting an important topic, parts of speech. What are parts of speech? Parts of speech are the words. Before starting parts of speech, I would like to give you information about sentence, any sentence. We start a sentence and sentence, what is a sentence? Sentence is a group of words. We are making group of words, then it makes sentence. So we are studying this slide and in this function about parts of speech, and parts of speech are words are divided into different classes or different kinds are called parts of speech according to their use or according to their work in the sentence. Before starting the 8th part of speech, we are given one sentence. The young girl, universal sentence. The young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. So the first talk, and then we are giving you information about parts of speech. First part of speech by explained by Naidlis, so I call Naidlis to explain now.
Good morning to all, myself Naidali. I am presenting here a noun. So we know that very well, each and everyone has known. In this world, each and everything has a name or a one identity. Mean to say a word name. Mean to say a noun is a naming of word. So noun refer to a name of a person, a name of a thing, a name of an animal, and a name of a place. I'm just taking here one common example. Nikki and her dog are playing with football in a garden. In the garden. So in this sentence, Nikki is referred here a name of person, and dog. Dog is referred here a name of animal. And third one, football. Football is a thing. So in this sentence, football is taken here a name of thing. And last one is garden. Garden is represented here a place. So we can say garden is referred here a name of place. Next one. Now we proceed as type of noun. So first one is a proper noun, second one is a common noun, and third one is a collective noun, another one is abstract noun, and a countable noun and an uncountable noun. So I would like to a common noun, proper noun. Now we all friends are together. We all friends five are presented here together. Mean to say we are a common person because we are working like a team. So it's a common. Second one is proper. Proper means a particular when we identify a particular thing. So particular thing. So it's a proper. Second one is collective noun. Mean to say so many are listening to me. Mean to say audience. Audience is the best example of collective noun. And army of a soldier. Mean to say a group of soldiers. So it's a army of a soldier. Mean to say they all are they people are a army men. Mean to say a soldier. They all are a soldier. Mean to say a army. Next one is abstract noun. Abstract noun mean to say it's represent a feeling. So it's if someone happen to other, mean to say they represent a kindness. So it's a example of abstract noun. Another one is countable noun. A countable noun is divided into two basic parts. First one is a singular countable noun, and another one is a plural countable noun. So our system principle is only one principle. Mean to say in each institute has only it's a singular conjugal noun. Another one is we all are the teachers. So many teachers are here, but it is a countable. So 40 or 45 teachers are here. So it's a plural countable noun. I would like to some tea. Mean to say it's I would like to some tea. Mean to say an uncountable noun. Now we proceed this noun now in another form pronoun vice versa.
Good morning, everyone. Before starting, I would like to take one sentence, the universal sentence. The young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher, and then she quickly disappeared. Oh my. In this sentence, me and she belongs to the proper noun. By the definition of proper noun is a word used to replace noun or pronoun. Means in this sentence, noun and pronoun, noun is being taken by pronoun. In the place of noun, a word or a name, the pronoun has came. For example, Suraj is lazy, so Suraj is lazy. So in this sentence, noun is being taken twice, but it is not looking good, and we can change it with the help of pronoun. So Suraj is lazy, so he failed. So in this, again meaning of Suraj, we have used he, which is known as the pronoun. Pratiksha and scholar Shruti got good marks. In this sentence also, we have used she in the place of Pratiksha. In the example, in the types of pronoun, we are having many kinds of pronoun as. So the first is the personal pronoun. I, me, he, she, it is used as a personal pronoun denoting that he is or she is. For example, he is a good boy, that denoting that good is he is the personal pronoun in the sentence instead of taking a noun. For example, Atul sir is a good boy. So Atul sir in this sentence in the place of Atul we can use he is a good boy. Next one is the reflexive pronoun. It represents the action performed by the subject. In the place of subject, the action is being represented. For example, self is added to the plural. So in the form of plural, the self is added. For example, I hurt myself. In my word, the self is added in the sentence. Next is emphatic pronoun. It is used to add emphasis to the subject, means to emphasize the subject in a sentence. In this sentence also, self is added. So in reflexive pronoun and the emphatic pronoun, the self is added. But what is the difference in adding the self? So in this reflexive pronoun, the subject is one and the object is also one because it belongs to the same person. I hurt myself belongs to I because I hurt myself. But in emphatic pronoun, the subject and objects belong to different things. Like I feed myself the grapes. Grapes is being feeded to me. Two subject and objects are different. Indefinite pronoun. When pronoun is used in a sentence, do not refer to the person. When the person in the subject is not being referred as same, then it is known as indefinite pronoun. Nobody, anybody, no one, etc. For example, nobody can help you in this issue. So in this issue, no one is going to help you, and there is no person related to that subject who can help you. Next one is the relative pronoun. Relative pronoun is used to relate, showing relation between clause or sentence. For example, who, whom, that, etc. This is the place where we met. So the word where connects the place and the person where they were meet. Next one is the demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun is used to define the specific distance between the object, like the bottle and like the mic. The distance between the bottle is placed far than me and the mic is in my hand. So in this sentence, this is my mic. So the distance is less, but that is my bottle. So the bottle distance is far than the mic. Next one. Interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun is being used to ask a question. Means after the sentence, we will use question mark to end the sentence, or who, where, like this kinds of word is used at the first of the sentence. Distributive pronoun is used for the distribution to the persons or group. Like neither of girls was late. Means both of girls were neither late. not the second girl. Next, the possessive pronoun is used to show the position or ownership. Ownership means this mic belongs to me. I am showing the ownership of that. This mic is mine. So next question is go. We'll continue. Next.
So we are taking a universal sentence. The young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and then she quickly disappeared. Omar. In this sentence, two words are verb. Why they are verb? What are the verbs? Verbs. Verb which tells us something, someone or something does. Words belong to action. Whatever you are doing, that belongs to verb. Like going, coming, singing, sitting, standing. These all words are belong to verb. A word that tells what someone or something does. A verb can also express state of emotions. Then one example is taken. Sonia reads a book. So see, he is reading a book. Now next example, Ankit eats sweet. In this sentence, eat word is referred as verb. Basically verbs are divided into three parts: transitive, intransitive and auxiliary verbs. So the first one, transitive verb. The verb in which an action transit or transmit itself from the subject into object is called transitive verb. For example, Miss Nahid Ali killed a tiger. In the sentence, Miss Nahid is referred as subject and function is killed and the next tiger is an object. Next sentence, Fran played hockey. Next. Intransitive verb, the verb in which an action that performed by a subject does not transmit itself into subject and it still continue are referred as intransitive verb. So the example of intransitive verb, she killed tiger. Now the next one, Ram is playing hockey. Auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb are helping verb. They are called helping verb because they help in a sentence. You were cycling. See the picture. The girl is cycling. I shall praise you. India has defeated Pakistan. In this all three sentences, verb shall has refer as auxiliary verb because they are helping in the sentence. Next. This topic is explained by Mr. Stevens.
Hello, I am explaining adjective. So the young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher and she quickly disappeared. Oh my. And now in this universal sentence, the young and letter belongs to the object. And how it is. The definition of the adjective is the word that modifies noun. Means noun is being modified with the help of word is known as the adjective. For example, there is a red car. So in this sentence, the red word shows the color of that car. Means the car belongs to red color. And my friend wearing the white shirt shows that the white color of his shirt. And this is known as the modification of noun with the help of the color. Next is the types of adjective. In the types of adjective, we are having 7 kinds of adjective. In this first adjective of quality, how we can remember that what is adjective of quality? Of what kind? It is written that of what kind? With what kind of quality you are having? So in this sentence, he is a honest man. So the quality refers of what kind? Honest. He is an honest man. Second one is the adjective of quantity. We can remember it by how much. So in the total, how much quantity is being having? He ate some rice. The quantity of rice he has been eaten. Next one is the how many. Adjective of number. We can remember it with how many and number of men died. Means number. We can count it. It is also known as countable because we can count it with the number that how many men are died. Demonstration adjective. Which. We are asking which. These mangoes are sold. So the difference. These mangoes are sold or this. So the difference between by demonstrative adjective. Asking question is referred as interrogative. Like Asking someone is known as the interrogative, and after adding question mark, like whose book is this? Whose mic is this? Belongs to interrogative. That's the distribution of adjective, means the distribution of something. Like for example, every employee was given bonus, means the staff has been given the bonus. Next is proper adjective. We can remember the proper adjective with the help of origination of proper noun. The proper adjective is originated from proper noun. How? She is an Indian girl. In this sentence, Indian is being originated from India word, and India is proper noun. For example, Russian, Italian, these kinds of words are originated from the help of proper noun. Next one is position adjective. Position adjective shows the ownership of some kinds or some other things. Like my book is on the table, showing the ownership that this book belongs to me. Next one, comparison of adjective. So to compare something or someone or something, we can compare it with the help of positive, comparative and superlative. So comparison means first is positive, means clean. We can show that someone that this room is clean. So next one is comparative. Comparative means showing the comparison between two rooms, that this room can be compared with the other room, that this room is clean or another room is clean by the help of cleaner word. Next one is the superlation. Superlative degree means cleanest. Clean in the cleanest word, the difference cannot be shown. Means the cleanest means this room cannot be compared with the another room. Next part, adverb.
So now adverb. Adverb, same sentence, and this sentence vary then quickly. These three words belong to adverb. Why they belong to adverb? Adverb is something which give meaning to verb and adjective. Adverbs tells you when, where and how it was, manner, or to what extent an action is performed. So some example in adverb, ly words are belong to adverb. Some examples are there: carelessly, slowly, angrily, later, loudly. These are example of adverb. Raju spoke softly at the meeting. This is the one example that Raju spoke softly at the meeting. Softly word is referred as adverb. Next. Now, adverb are basically three types. They are of many types, but we are studying only three types because they are main parts. Adverb of frequency, adverb of place, adverb of time, and adverb of manner. Adverb of frequency tells us time something happened. Which time something is happened? One example is there: it rained often in Sri Lanka. In this, time is given. Often. Often what refers as adverb of frequency. Now the second, adverb of place. Adverb of place talk about place. We live on this island. We were living, but where? In this island. Now the next, adverb of time, which tells us, which talks about time. They will come tomorrow. When they will come, they will come tomorrow. Now the next, adverb of manner. Adverb tells us something about done. When your work is done, the adverb of manner. What type of work you have to done? Good or bad, these words are referred as adverb of manner. Now the next topic is explained by Mr. Rohit.
Good morning, respected sisters, judges, and my dear friends. My friends are tell you of one sentence. It contains different parts of the speech. Today, I am explaining two of them. The sentence is: a young girl brought me a very long letter from the teacher, and then she quickly dismissed it. So in this sentence, I posed the two words. First, from, another one is the and. So, from. What is the use of from in this sentence? From is the preposition in this sentence. So, from is used to start something or someone. So, from is the preposition. Now, what is preposition? A preposition is the word which is show the relation between a noun and a pronoun, or a other word is the sentence. Now, kinds of noun. Noun are three kinds. Preposition are kinds of preposition. Preposition are three types. So place of preposition, time of preposition, and direction of a preposition. So first place of preposition. So where someone and something is placed, that is called a place of preposition. For example, Nikki is standing against the wall. So in this sentence, against is a preposition. It is show where the Nikki is standing. Next, time of preposition. So when an event is happened or happened, this is called a preposition of time. For example, uncle swims on Saturday. So in this sentence, on is the preposition. So on which day uncle is swimming. Another that the preposition of direction. So preposition of direction to indicate the direction where something or someone is come or goes. That is called a preposition of direction. For example, Atul throwing a ball at them. So in this sentence, at is the preposition and is so where the Atul is throwing a ball. Now, the other word in this sentence is a and. So and is the conjunction in the sentence. So I tell you three sentences. Dog is a faithful and an intelligent animal. I want to go to play, but I am sick. Is it Thursday or a Friday? So in these sentences, and, but, or all are the conjunction or a connecting word. So we use or as a we use or to show the choice between two or more. For example, what do you prefer, ice cream or a chocolate or a chocolate? Now, next we use and to add an information or to connect a similar idea. For example, today is a this Friday is a holiday. I would like to go to cinema. Now we use at but as a we use but for connecting a different or opposite ideas. For example, Ram is a good student, but he is naughty. So in this sentence, and is connecting the two opposite conditions. Now, remember we put comma when we use a conjunction, when we connecting the sentence. Now conjunction are three types. First, coordinate conjunction, subordinate conjunction, and correlative conjunction. Coordinate conjunction is conjunction which connect the same grammatical units like verb, adjective, adjective. For example, Ram and Shyam are a good friends. In this sentence, two nouns are joined with the help of and. Ram and Shyam. Next, subordinate conjunction. The subordinate conjunction is a conjunction which is connect to subordinate clause to a principal clause. For example, I will give you a freedom if you give me a blood. Now, correlative conjunction. So, correlative conjunction are the correlative conjunction are pairs such as either, neither, nor, and these are connecting balanced grammatical units such as phrase, verb, or sentence. For example, she can neither sing and nor dance. Thank you. Now I invite my friend Atul sir to explain an interjection.
Good morning, respected sisters and teachers. Today I am explaining is interjection. Interjection. The correct interjection definition is that it's a word or phrase that expresses sudden or strong feelings. This word type is also modified or get modified, being grammatically independent from the word around. It does not modify or get modified like other parts of language. An interjection is a word thrown in a mostly at the beginning of a sentence or in a conversation to express a deep or sudden emotion. It is followed by an exclamation sign. Interjections rarely have four rules. Rule first. Interjections express a sudden mood, emotions, and feelings with emphasis. There are also many term words that are usually used in everyday conversation, but not in formal aspects. These words fall into the category of interjections. For example, wow, that's an amazing scene. Or you never told me that. Rule number second. Some interjections interrupt a conversation or a thought hold someone's attention for a moment. These are just sounds, not words, because these sounds do not make any sense. Example, your shirt has a stain on the back. I want to ask you out for a dance. Rule number third. Some interjections express only yes or no. Example, yes, I will most definitely do it. Now, we are not going. Rule number 4. Some interjections are used to get someone's attention. Example, yo, let's get in the car. Hey, will you give me that ball? Yo, is there any gun? Phew, it's finally done. Some example is here. भगवान आपको आशीर्वाद दे. God bless you. Wow, गजब, बहुत बढ़िया. Wow, wonderful. Some example is here. Thank you.
We are extremely thankful for our principal sister Divya for giving us an opportunity and for inspiring us to work to keep